And this is about Power Pages and allowing the customer to send in a case and doing this anonymously, because in, for example, B2C scenarios, you don't want your customer to really have a log into your site, or well, you might want to have that, but the customer won't create an account just to make a simple request. So I will share my screen, and we are going to start at the makepowerapps.com. I have here the Power Platform button to jump off to Power Pages. And in these Power Pages, you can just start from blank here. I'll show you this to create a site that will be a trial site at first. That is valid for 30 days. I have already set this up. So let me get back here to the environments. So here you have the customer portal, and it's expiring in 7 days. So it's already a running trial, and you would need to upgrade to have it eternally. So on this, I have created a page called Get Help. I've added it to the navigation at the top here. And then on the page, you can add a form. So here's the form button. And on this form, this is the case form, of course. I have left some fields in, so I've cut most of the fields from the regular form just to make it as simple as possible for the user. But one thing I could not cut out was the customer field. The customer field I tried at first because the user's anonymous. He's just going to my site, filling out the form, and then hitting submit. But Dynamics requires a customer, and it requires it on the back end, not only on the front end. So yeah, you have to put something in. I had the problem here that, okay, I don't want an anonymous customer to select an existing contact to a lookup, because that means he can read contacts. A big data leak, of course. So I don't want to give that permission. And I tried then to make it with a create, right? So you are able to create a contact to use it then on this case. But if you create a contact, well, you can't read it afterwards. So again, you have a lookup, you can select nothing in the lookup. And the solution you will see here, I will quickly refresh to see what's happening here. So already, give me a second until it has reloaded. So on the form, I have put in an anonymous customer at first. Yeah, it takes a while now. Probably the site has shut off. In the meanwhile, there we go. So we have an anonymous customer here, and I've just disabled the lookup button just because, yeah, okay, if we were to re-enable it, I will do that for a second with some JavaScript. So you can see here in the lookup, okay, I don't have permissions to read accounts, and I don't have permissions to read any contacts, because that would be a problem. So what I have done instead is with the JavaScript. So maybe I'll go back here at first. So here's the button Edit Code. That will bring you to a new tab with VS Code. And on here, I've said, okay, every field in a form of Power Pages, the ID of that field is just the logical name of the field in Dynamics. So that's customer ID. I've said if the customer ID is empty, fill it with this GUID. It's a contact, and the display name of it is anonymous customer. And that works. And let me demonstrate this for you. So I'll give a title. I'll give any title now because I'm just demoing it here. But maybe I'll use a different domain. So, and one more thing, okay, you can make fields required that wouldn't be on the Dataverse side. So you wouldn't see this here because there is no label for the description field, but it is required. So let me submit. So I will get redirected to the homepage now once this is submitted. And this does work even though I don't have the permission to read any contacts. If you know the GUID, that's fine with you. And yeah, and now I just have to make sure with this code that the GUID stays the same on a dev environment, on a test environment, on a prod environment. And I can achieve that with the configuration migration tool of Microsoft. I just need to include the GUID of the contact in the fields that I'm transporting, as well as probably his first and last name.
I think that's really clever. That's a pretty cool tip, actually. Are you going to show the tool you just mentioned in the next tip?
I can certainly show that. Yeah, sure.
Awesome.
That would be great.
That's cool.